back in the saddle for this, let's go ahead and look at what I've got. That'll give me a decent backbone, but... Okay. Now we just have to see if everything's killable. Oh, right. Well, I don't want to be the flamethrower unless I am going to go copy and paste units somewhere else to test, in which case I am. So let's go ahead. See if this works now. Seems to. Just the fire does a little bit of AoE. Let's see, they're playing as the Soviets, so I don't have to fix that focus issue because there's not going to be anything wrong with that. But that's everything properly done there. But now, let's do another copy-paste. Just test a random gun. Go from there. So let's just do something with ballistics, because the flamethrower effects might be different. Let's do an M1 carbine and just shoot them in the chest. See what happens. Seems to be working fine now, which is good. My aim, however, is not. Oh my gosh. Lead the target, damn it. Yeah, no, that all seems to be working good. Nah, I'm just working. Now, I guess the next test would be, let's copy and paste, this group, set them to careless hold fire. And let's grab a random rifleman here. Give that a bit of a test with the SVT. Yep. That hit his gun. Seems to be working fine. You know, I might actually keep that unconscious on the bodies just so that there is some survivability and they have to double tap. I'll probably keep that feature on. Just because this is going to be a one-tap war, so makes it tough. But that's, that seems to be fine. Alright, so all the kits are in order. Now we have to go to add-on settings here. Do I want advanced ballistics? Yeah, why not? Stamina settings. Let's lower that to 0.4. Kits are going to be on the lighter side anyway. I usually lower that to 0.2 or 0.3. if they have heavier kits, but with MCO, I usually keep that at 0.5 or 0.4, so let's just work it with that, especially since it's going to be some longer range stuff. They will have to really rely on those iron sights, which, with weapon sway can be a bit tough. Advanced throwing, leave that to the client. Ace, advanced damage, do I want to allow? We had advanced damage on for the tank only op, and that seemed fine, so we're going to keep that as is. Arsenal doesn't matter, because we're not going to give them an arsenal for this one. Yeah, I was told to keep those on, otherwise it won't. Well, no, that was for GM stuff. Yeah, we're going to disable air resistance, because I don't know how it's going to handle that stuff. Captives. Disable that. Yep. Common. This is all fine. Cook off. I generally don't do cook off for MCO because that adds to frame load issues, so I usually turn that off. Because with, 40 or 50 people, it's fine, but with 90 people, it can get a little messy. Crew served weapons, we're not going to be doing ace dragging. Yeah, we set that to client side. Explosives. Wow. I guess that makes sense. That's mean. We don't really have to worry about that today. We don't have any of that on, so it doesn't matter. Ace fire. I mean, with the flamethrower, it seemed to be working fine. I don't know how it'll behave with regular vehicle fire, but it seemed to be okay, so that should be fine. Fortify. This is where things do get interesting. I'm going to have to look into that ratio later when I actually make the script. Fragmentation simulation. I turned that off because, again, that's just an extra feature that I don't want the server processing while we're running 90 players because the servers are going to be stressed enough. GeForce, we don't normally do that. We leave this to client side, but I always turn it on for the immersion's sake. Disabled in third person because of the tank crew and whatnot. Explosion conversion, yes. Headless doesn't matter because I'm not going to rock a headless client with this. Ace hearing. I'm not letting them override that. I'll have to go on and fire all the heavy guns just to make sure, but it should be fine. If it's not, then I'll just disable it. Well, I should also check to see if I already did that. Gonna skip that. Gonna skip that. Yep. Yep, that's all fine. Magazine repack is fine. Map is fine. Map tools, we leave that client side. Medical, this is where things get fun. A 5-to-1 ratio, I'll have to test that, but yeah. Cardiac arrest, I am allowing for people to get killed off. Bleeding coefficient, I'll up that to 0.3. No, we'll up that to 0.4. Nope, I'm just constantly ticking that bitch up. Lower that one slightly. Transfusion rate's fine. Because you have to cull people for MCO. There's no way around that.
Let's give him a warm welcome, shall we?
Alright, I'm going to buff that to 90. Yeah. Yeah, that's all good. Hey, Chosen, how you doing? Zam, JY, this is the Korean War stuff, yep. Hey, Devour. Name tags. That's all fine. Night vision won't matter. Overheating will matter. I need to see if I gave spare barrels, and if I didn't, I'm turning that off. Well, no. I remember now. No. We're turning this shit off. Every IFA op I have played with overheating over the past few months, there's always a problem with some of the weapons just instantly overheating. Granted, you can control that now, but it's the ratios of some weapons instantly overheat, and others will never overheat, so I just turned that off. I remember, that's one of my rules for IFA. Pointing's enabled, pylons are going to be enabled. I forget if we're going to have pilots or not, but... quick mount. Excuse me. Yeah, trench dig times are fine. Sitting spectators, switch units. Uncategorized, view distance limiter. That should all be set client side. Viewing restrictions. Yep. And then client side is all this properly. No, it would be global. Yeah, with all the radio nets preset. Excellent. And we're gonna turn all that off because this doesn't apply. Okay. I do have a plane. But did I give everyone earplugs on these kits? I did not. Therefore, there's no hearing. Then again, I think that kit got eaten from a compatibility issue. So yes, I did. So what was the ratio? It was 10, 1, 1, 1, 1, 2. What was the remaining space in then? Unless he has a bigger uniform. So 10, 1, 1, 1, 1, 1, and then 2. And they had 2 handgun mags. Okay. So I did do earplugs, so we are going to keep weapon or hearing issues. Alright, so that takes care of kits, that takes care of ace settings. Knives only up. Maybe as a meme, but specific concepts never really work well with actual scenario development. That's all, yeah, that's all stuff. No. We want winter. Winter specific stuff here, and if I can't find that, then we're gonna do something else. But right now I'm just gonna build. Okay, now we're gonna start lowering groups. I want to put down a template for, we can get rid of environment, because I'm pretty sure environment, yeah, just takes care of all that. Yeah, no, we're not doing snow either. Not doing equipment. I'm literally just looking to build something for custom fortification build. But so far, I'm not really liking anything I'm seeing. Yeah, because they're all buildings and destroyed textures. Here we go. This is what I want. Alright, so let's just put all these down. That's not really winter game. Killing me, Smalls. There we go. So we have some trench stuff. Here, so let's, excuse me, let's vet some of this. So we have a winter pillbox. We have some trench stuff. Otherwise, no dugouts. Trench stuff can be good in ops. It just depends. Yeah, so anything with the underscore W, I mean, should theoretically change to white, but that's fine. We can have them dig trenches there. We can have... Yeah, it's perfect. So, usually I want to keep my item list less than 15. Absolutely no bigger than 20, because otherwise it clogs up the thing. So, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. That's 8 right there. We could do foxholes, but the texture is just not really. I'd rather it would be easier for them to just dig. That's a little too big. We can do that, the rampart. And then, yeah, the flat, no, we're not going to do that. So, that's all bushes. We could do for the memes, but I don't think we have room for it. I did not like how that thing just teleported in and out of existence. Usually that means it has a referencing error. But I think I'll keep that as cover. Yeah, you could also have a stone wall dug up. I think I like that more than that, to be honest. Yeah, okay. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Let's get deer stands. Because these are my general wooden towers. And we do have a winter version with a little bit of snow on it. Perfect. So these serve as like watchtowers and shit. Now, the question is, do I want any sandbags? And then if so, I'll probably release the, helps if I can spell, right? Yeah, no, I think we're going to get rid of those and instead do a sandbag templating. So that would be a lawn, short, and around. That should get me to, what, below 15? 3, 6, 9, 12, yeah, 13. All right, cool. Not really anything else I want. Got to be careful with some of the other ones because they do have some weird texture and lighting things. See, just like that. Don't really want to deal with that. All right, now I need to tab out. What is it called? What have I written on that document? That would be Fortify Framework. Awesome. Whew. MCO 16.
Send in Goat Team 6 now.
Guess who?
God damn it, Az. Again, this guy, he keeps getting the freaking resub notification. He's gotten it for over almost 2.5, 3 weeks now, and I'm just like, ugh. You know, like, whatever at this point. I'm gonna have the building limit be 3,000 this time. Pillbox is gonna be, I think, the only big one. We'll put that at the end. Yeah, alright. Now I have to make arbitrary figures here. I'm just thinking I'm going to make everything worth 20 points, and then we'll see how that works on the build ratios, because I do want each one of these fragments to take a little bit of time, but I guess this one will take a shorter amount of time, this one even shorter, so let's try to organize this arbitrarily in terms of size. And then we'll start with a 10 and then adjust the ratios from that. So let's do 10. Let me just, because I don't always remember, because I'm a bit of a scatterbrain. So let's make that one 10. Make sure it's scripted right. This one will make 15. And again, you're not going to be able to see me tabbing out and putting these in. That one we'll do 12. Even though well, no, we'll be doing things in terms of 2s and 15s and stuff. This one will also do 12. And then this one will be 15. And then I'll go ahead and post the final product in the chat so you guys can see what I actually wrote. And I'll explain how it works. So that's 15, so let's make these 30 each. I will do 30 and 35 because of the door. No, yeah, fuck it, we'll do 30 and 35. It would be more beneficial then if I could have boxes that could be like physically moved in and out, you know, and statics too, to make, you know, that proper type of storage. So, you know, just thinking about additional features. Don't you give me that crap, come on. So that'll be 30. And this will be 35. And then these figures I might have to adjust based off of how long it takes to build them, and I want to edit that accordingly. And then this lawn trench, I mean, size-wise, we'll make it 25. Since it's not as much as building out an interior, but, you know, not as much as that corner. I think that should be good. All right, tab out, paste that, make sure I get rid of the space in the front that I made. Change this to a 25. Hold on, monitors. Having a little hiccup here. Sometimes, randomly, like, the center line of my monitor will glitch, and then, like, the center lining of the pixels will make, like, a 1-pixel wide column that then appears all the way on the right side, so it's a little disorienting. You don't see it on the stream because it's my personal monitor issue, but imagine seeing, like, a little line of what was going on in the middle like this, and then seeing it all the way on the right side, like, all the way on that, like, most right pixel area. It's weird. All right, Earth Rampart. Let's put it at the trench with bridge. Same at that. So find that. Then how much did I charge for that? That was the third item. So 12. Let's do 12 then. All right, then we have 3 things of sandbags now. This is where I got to start copy pasting a few things in my script because I have to give it a few more areas, and Notepad's fucking with me here because it doesn't want me to, like, as soon as I accidentally inch my mouse up or down a little bit, it just, yeah, completely screws my code up. Come on, buddy. I'm gonna full screen it. That should hopefully unfuck the issue, but it probably won't. So we have 3 objects there. And then we have the deer stand, which I'm pretty sure I already have right there, but I'm going to tab out and verify it's the right one. Anyway, actually, no, it wouldn't be the right one because that's the IFA specific one. All right, so this should be half of that. Then hold on. Yeah, let's make that sandbag layer just 10. Because sandbags themselves are still good. So that would mean the other one's 5, and then the curved one. How big is the curved one in ratio of that one? It's pretty much the same. It's just a curved texture, so we'll also make that one 10. And then deer stand, we'll do... Oh, right, and then the pillbox as well. So hold up. We gotta do one more. So we'll do the deer stand, then the pillbox. Deer stand, I'm gonna make 30, and then pillbox is gonna be 50. So now we just have to get the class names here. Did I get the class name for that sandbag? Yes, I did. Okay. So now we're going to do this one. That'll be put at the 5. Drag these over real quick. Then we're going to grab that one, find an asset. Put that there. Grab the steer stand. Find that there. Pillbox. Find that. Put that there. All right. Oh, cack. Okay, that's funny. So that's not the full script. That's just the... So I'm going to take the end of that script because it doesn't let me post over 500 characters, apparently. So I'll take the ending piece. Good God, can you stop with that? There we go. So it's just a function that handles... the build command itself. So if I were to, for the sake of argument, put this guy down, set him as the player, right-click, edit, and then I would put this in the init command, but for him specifically, I need a fortify tool. But the player base wants to keep doing ops with a fob team that they have to keep, you know, building stuff to handle their, like, reinserts, where their artillery is going to be, so on and so forth. So, as you can see, we don't have any options right now because the script is going to be this, which I'll put in init.sqf in a second, which actually, no, it'll be in an init.server.xqf. But just to test the code in the first place to make sure it works, we're going to execute that on the server side. I just realized it's not going to work because there we go. How do you spell gorilla? God damn it. Here, you know what? There's no point in making it this way because of it's going to be for op4 players, so changing that word just to verify is just useless. Set that as player. Because you have to code it to which side is able to use that Fortify script specifically, which is a cool feature. It means you can have multiple different Fortify scripts going from multiple different factions. So if you want Hajis to, you know, only build a Haji base and your U.S. military to build a U.S. military base. The mod, it's built into Ace. Used to be part of Ace X, but Ace and Ace X merged, so now it's just Ace itself that has this feature. Nope, because you changed that to GUER, so now, there we go. Now we're going to check build times because we can adjust those variables. No problem, Dev. Happy to show off features, man. Because I didn't freaking know these things existed till someone showed me. Alright, so 10-minute. Why is it doing that? Okay, so I'll have to tell him, put your gun away, because otherwise it won't let you. It'll shoot your gun instead. That's weird. I'll have to check if that's a feature, too. Okay, so that's for that. Realistically, what's 3,000 divided by 50? Because that's the most expensive asset. That would be 60. So 60 pillboxes. I mean, yeah, no, that should be more than enough for them to build a small fob. I'll probably bump it to 3,500, give them some wiggle room, because if you're in the process of undigging the texture, or if you get the issue where you can't... Oh, yeah, and that's another good thing to test. Yeah. Yeah, but then if you cancel it, then... Yeah, so that doesn't refund the budget if you do the cancel, so I do need to still have that extra budget room. But pillbox, 50 bucks. About a minute. Which I don't mind. I don't mind that taking a minute. The team of 4 working... Yeah. So the thing is, the building, that's why I was setting these points at different values, and bigger objects would have more points, because the point values directly tie in to how long the item takes to build. I don't mind, you know, smaller things taking less time, but bigger things, you know, should take that amount of time. For your pillbox. Ah, yes, you're rating. I think now would be a good time to actually test all the internal stuff, make sure that's all, you know, not gonna be an issue. Let's go ahead, get in random stuff and start shooting. Oh, you're running there. This is going to be incredibly dangerous, but, you know, I'm a professional, Zeus. I should know how to do it. Put a copy of that down there just in case. All right. Watch this stupid level of Liru being an idiot. Plugs are in. Yep. Oh, you're in there. Oh, you're in there. All right. Okay. T-3485, the standard tank that was used in the Korean War. No ear raining there. Front machine gun. No ear raining there. Back gun. No ear raining there. Maxin machine gun. Earring would have kicked off by then. I mean, no point in testing the mortar. I've never had a mortar earring, but at the same time, I've also always been impressed with how crazy things go.
Send in Goat Team 6 now.
I need to disable that. Yep, nope. That should be good. So now I need to write in server.sqf. Put that line of code in, verify that's working. Shadow Knight, thanks for the 7-month resub. I hope you keep enjoying the operations. I do hope you get a nice kick out of this scenario. Buff the thing by 500 points. Go to settings here. That would be add-on options. Load, no. We're going to Ace Artillery. Yeah, no, turn that off. Okay, ratio-wise, let's actually go back and just verify all the settings for ASEX Fortify, which should be on the bottom. Nope, they got rid of the X's, so it would actually be more towards the top. Minimum build time build cost coefficient. I'm going to shrink that down just a touch to 0.85. 0.85 of 50 is like 7.5 less, so that would bring it down to like the low 40s. Yeah, that's still enough time. Yeah, it has fortified tool because that's the only people I want to see the hint. So we'll see that. Now I need to tab out, copy that script. Well, first let's adjust it to 3,500, save the work on this document, because this document has a copy of every build script I have made, in case I ever want to go back and reuse one, which I'm thinking for the Stargate ops, I might actually go back and do that. And now I need... What do I need to do? Let me open Notepad++, because there's a document. I want to combine an existing init server document with this line of code, and the only way I can do that is to do that through Notepad++. So where do I have init server and init player local? Perfect, okay. So let me review what I have here on init server, init player local. So I've got that. Zeus tracking. Yeah. That's also why that broke, because I have it on init server instead of init player local. Okay. 1 second. Let me grab these files, copy these, post them Yeah, don't save. Into the MCO document, which, let me get a refresher on the name real quick. What are you called? You are called MCO number 15, which technically you're MCO number 16 now, because you were the original 15 that I had to scrap because IFA had their major update. So, yes, I needed to delete everything in here instead of the mission SQM because this was before I made the transaction into init server and init player local. So, init server. Nope, that was the wrong thing. I need to, oh my gosh, wee woo. Stop it. Okay, for each and all units, we can get rid of that. Now I want to copy on-map shift-click because that's meant to execute locally. So save that. And then we need to load up the init player local. And I need to move that to this. And that's also going to disable grass, which I'm fine with because that's another way we can save a few frames. So let's save that and let's save that. And now let's compile it. But Shadow Knight, thanks for the 7-month resub if I didn't cover it already. I hope you keep enjoying the operations and hope you get a nice kick out of the scenario. Create a full scripted intro with helicopter landing. Nice, dude. Arma, it's wonderful when you dive into scripting to see what you're capable of. So there you go. There's the initialization of that script. All of the grass is gone. I don't even know if there was grass, but hey, it's not here anymore. He does get a scroll wheel option. Wait. Okay, hold up. Let me explain what's going on. So this is me shooting, you know, normally. So watch this. I'm gonna scroll. Do you see that little blip that comes up about right here? Do you see that? That's when I scroll to do like a scroll wheel option. That comes up, and now if I hit the enter button... Hold on. Just to prove it. 1 second. Hold up. Watch this. This is fucking weird. Okay. So watch. So normally, that little blip, see? You can see it on the top left corner. I'm going to right click so that goes away. So I'm going to hit the enter button. Nothing's happening. Now if I do the little blip, I don't know why I'm showing it on the camera because, you know, you can see it on the screen too. What the fuck? That's a new one. That's definitely a new one. Okay. Very cool, Arma 3. Thank you for giving me a new way to shoot my gun. Okay, it's a feature. I was doing that early and I was noticing that. And I didn't think anything of it, but I'm finally like, all right, this is normally where you get your ability to add actions. So, you know, like get in vehicle, that sort of BS, but instead it... So what if I go up to a Vic? Yeah, so that's the menu. See how it has it in that little, like, you know, that... The box around it? So if I just don't select anything and that's so weird. That is weird. Enter key. Yeah, so if I scroll down, there's a hidden option for me to shoot my gun. Oh, that's funny. All right, well, everything's working as intended. I'd assume my tracer script is going to be working fine as well. We should be good. Now we just have to do kit breakdown. Now, I'm pretty sure I already built something for that. It's not weapon cook-off, it's just I was able to kill people with a different button, which, I mean, That's not that impressive. All you have to do is, like, redo a... It's like changing a control bind, but I find it interesting that that has something built in for there as the add action menu, but, you know, it's just me. Did I finish a Google sheet that had the roster for this? I have MCO 15 roster, MCO 16 roster, maybe. Yes, I did. Okay. Yes. And this was 86 slots. All right, so now I have to build this. I can go ahead and get rid of those. Oh, no, I won't get rid of those because I'll need those for an image later. But now I have to build everything because now I know that we have everything working here. So I need platoon leader. I think you're meant to be platoon sergeant. And then a JTAC is going to look the same. A platoon medic. And then a sniper with 3 scouts. Which is going to be you. And then 3 SVT 40s. So we're going to group these up as one total group here. Platoon leader at command team. Mark that as playable. And then 2 platoon sergeant. JTAC. Platoon medic. And then I always make sure he's set to a doctor. Just means his medical interactions are going to be quicker. All right. And this name's going to be copy-pasted. Yeah, it's fine if we do that. All right, and then every other squad's going to be the same. And I forgot to set all these to playable, so we're going to bypass that. So now these are going to be big groups. So let's go ahead. We're going to have an NCO, which is going to be the dude with the radio. So NCO. Auto rifleman, which is going to be this guy. A grenadier, which I actually have no idea. I'd assume it's a dude with a backpack. Yep, okay. Silly me, I labeled my own shit. Grenadier, a rifleman with an SVT, because they weren't, you know, completely standard issue. It was still mostly Mosin Nagants and shit. And then a regular rifleman. With his Mosin. And then we're going to have a second NCO. Who's also going to have an LR, you know, as a backup. Because I tend to make things easier in MCO because we have a lot more casual communities that come into scale. And then we're going to have 2 riflemen, a PTRD rifleman, which is an anti-tank gunner, and then the medic. Now, this squad was not standard issue. Honestly, standard issue would be this guy, and then the rest being riflemen. But again, MCOs, I like to vary things a little bit because otherwise people don't have fun, and then, you know, that's your reputation at stake. All right. Now to labeling. 1 NCO at Alpha. 2, your auto rifleman. That can stay the same. 3 would be Grenadier. 4 would be riflemen. And then I'll state in the document, if it just says rifleman, then you get a Mose and a gun. 5, 6 would be NCO. NCO, by the way, means non-commissioned officer. Those are your, you know, your sergeants and shit. Rifleman. PTRD gunner. You know, yeah, what's stopping these guys from being able to backpack a Maxim gun and moving in with that, for example? So I'll give them that option as well. 10 medic. He has a little satchel for additional medical supplies as well. All right, so set that all as playable. And now this is where I'm going to start building the roster for scale. So that's Alpha. This will be Bravo. We're going to have Charlie back here. And I have this all the way going up to Foxtrot. All right, and then we have the NCO team of engineers. So now I'm debating how I want to do this. Because this is a pilot, that's a crewman, and then that's another one. So I'm thinking what we'll do is we'll do an NCO, because I need the radio. And then we have 4 engineer slots. So 1, 2, 3, 4. So here's what I need to make sure of. Number 1, I right-click these guys and do a few things. I need to make sure they have a fortify tool, which they do. Awesome. Number 2, I'm going to make sure they have engineer perms, which they do. Ace Arsenal. We're going to make sure this guy has his fortify tool as well. Cool. I'm going to make sure he has engineer perms because he's merely acting as the leader of this group. So this would be 1 NCO. And all of those can remain the same. So let's then go ahead, right-click, go to Playable. Put those guys on the back line like that. Then we're going to have 2 Oh, I'm having 3 T-72s. Well, yeah, 372, so 1 per 2 squads of infantry. I think that is a good ratio. So that is literally going to be the crewman. Let me also, I want to just verify a quick double check. Yeah, you do have a toolkit. All right. And then you have the toolkit as well. So it's going to be driver, gunner, commander. And I think we're grouping these all as the same. So this will be driver 1 at T34/85 cruise. Gunner, and then you gotta remember the radio is built in. And then we group all these together. And now what I'm gonna do is turn this into the 4, turn this into the 2, this into the 5, and that into a 2. And then this into a 6, and that into a 2. So there's your 2, there's There's your 6. Copy these guys, drag them over. We turn this into a 7, and that into a 3. We turn the 5 into an 8, and the 2 into a 3. And then we turn the 6 into a 9. And the 2 into a 3. Saying that out loud helps me remember my place and all of that. Set them all to playable, set them all to engineer, and put them in the back line. Now 3 pilots. Pilots are going to be pretty simple. That is not what I wanted to copy over. No, wait, it's labeled as a crewman. Right. Okay, so... I don't think I meant to give everyone an SMG. I think it was supposed to be these are like, so the commander gets that gun and then everyone else gets those. Do I want to redo that? Yes, because all I need to do is this. That with that and that. Skip the commander. That and that. Skip the commander. That and that. Motherfucker, I clicked out. Perfect. All right, and then you are going to be the pilot, which means I need to give you a different helmet. What is the pilot helmet for the Russians? Even though these are meant to be like Chinese kits, but they got a lot of supplies from the whatchamacallit, so now I just have to find Soviet and then anything that looks good for like a pilot thing, which actually we don't even have that much. So here's what I'm going to do. We're going to just hit escape. I'm going to go to planes. If it lets me select in there. Plane, Air Cobra. Put that down. Drag the dude out. What are you wearing? You're wearing... What is that? Yeah, okay. I'm an idiot then. What was that? VVS? There it is. Perfect. And then, you know, his kit can stay the same. So let's see. This is going to be 1... We're listing off what they specifically are. So what are you? A P-39 Air Cobra. And then I've got 3 pilots there. Group those together. Something that's playable, and then I want to recopy this and put that in as the thing in the document. All right, cool. All right, there's your 83 or 89 player roster there. I mean, 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 68, 71, 72, 73, 74, 75, 76, 77, 78, 79, 80, 81, 82, 83, 84, 85, 86. Yeah, 86. All right. Cool. That's that. Next thing we got to do is determine ammo boxes and other stuff. Let me go ahead and check my phone real quick, because... 1 second. All right. Now, what else do I want to test? I need a ground commander slot, or excuse me, a high command slot. Let me go ahead and set that up real quick. And set that as the playable kit, so I can go ahead and delete that. What more do I want to test right now? I guess towing capabilities of specifically that pack weapon. And then various ammo boxes. So let me see what we have here under IFA. If I recall correctly, some of these crates you can't tow around. So we have a USSR box. So if I type USSR, what comes up? Ammo, mines, weapons, weapons 2, weapons 3. Now, I do recall there is a way to make things draggable and whatnot, but I don't remember how that all specifically worked. No KVs? What would specifically be a KV? I can't recall a KV on the top of my head. There's the radio, working fine. Yeah, you can just open. KV1s, KV2s, yeah, we don't have IFA on, so there's not going to be any of those. Plus, it's Korean War. I didn't really see any KVs in that. Here, let me go to Google real quick. Dragon carrying framework. Yeah, I remember looking at these. I just don't know where to put them. So this is what I'm looking at right now, for example. I just don't remember where the hell to put these. I don't know if you have to put the config values in there, because technically... Yeah, so wouldn't that just mean... I don't think, yeah, so that can't be put on that, because that's not where it's supposed to go. This is supposed to be something put in, I think, an init server box, similar to Ace Fortify. But why would they put that as FFO? What if it's a variable? I don't think that's gonna work, but what if it's a variable set? So what if I assign a variable? And then under dev execution, I don't think so. Oh, yeah. Okay, no, that's an easy fix then. So that would mean, yeah. Okay, no, that's great. That's great. Okay, that would go in the init server then. So what if we do FFO then? But what would then be draggable, and what would then be carryable? Because I'm worried if I set it this way, then this is going to get funky. This could be. I don't think this is... Because if I'm reading the code right, what I just put in my init server box and executed is going to mean anything is going to be carryable and draggable. So why do you have it listed as FFO if that's not going to be... I get it. They're assigning FOO as just a blank variable term. It has to be defined as specific variables because there's no coverall. That makes sense because otherwise that would be really, really weird if it did it that way. Okay. So what that would then mean is I need to make a test box, like Falcon's saying, but then we just have to assign things accordingly. So how do I want to do that? We definitely don't want to do something like that. We'd have these 3 types of boxes here. So we can have 3 different types of boxes. I can organize them as such, and they can have 3 different things for ammunition. So what if we vary them accordingly to stuff? And then, of course, I need a medical box. Oh, can you stop glitching out? Frickin'. We're just going to do this because this is universally known, so I don't have to set that proper, but... We have vehicles, so a vehicle ammo box would be viable, and then just an infantry ammo box would also be viable. So... smaller box for infantry, bigger box for munitions. But what if we wanted something more, like defensive equipment, like mines or something? Then we'd have to make sure the engineers had sapper tools. But they could then be utilized to make minefields, but then I could also have another feature for them to do in the meantime. So do we have room for sapper tools? Even though that's technically... So, do we have defusal kits on them? No. Okay. Let me change up this feature then. Because, Liru, they're also going to need room to deploy all that gear. So they've got 10 mags right there. What else do they have in here? They don't need these 4 mags then, that's for sure. They need room to deploy all of this stuff. So is the toolkit actually consuming all of that room? That's my next question. Yes, it is. Okay, shoot. So we need to give them a bigger backpack. Okay, and that should give them the space. Now we need to identify some additional things they're going to need. So a defusal kit. And then black powder fuse, because that'll let them
detonate charges if they need to, if we want to have this additional feature as explosives. So going under this then, we have... I think it's the PMD-6 as the Soviet and the TM-44. So let me look that up real quick. PMD-6 mine. Yep, Soviet-based anti-personnel mines. I love it when I'm right. Okay. Context, I mean I love it when I'm right in the first try and I don't have to break things apart. Those North Koreans look very Arabic. It doesn't matter, Tootie, because player faces override. So it's going to be whatever their sides are. Otherwise, I would change their faces and I'd change the voices, which I've already done for the U.S. side, but I don't need to do it for this side because, again, they're going to get overridden, so why put in that extra work if it's not needed? Now, I want to test this kit real quick. I want to give it just some random stuff. So the best way to do that, you just hit the escape button and that just reverted all your changes, you dingus. Back to the drawing board with that one, eh? Yeah, so the only way it's going to be the biggest is if I give the gas mask bag too, which I don't care for, but, you know. Diffusal kit. And black powder fuse. Hit apply. Right-click. Go to attributes. I need to set them as explosive specials as well. They're already preset that way. Good. Copy this guy. Let's go to one of these spare boxes here. Control-Shift-I. Do they have infinite space? Oh, shit. No. No, it's just not being listed, right, because I'm used to a different type of interface. So let's put some of those in. Let's put some of those in, and then I want some of those in just to see things. We're going to name this test, and then I'm going to tab out. We're going to save these under the command. Hit OK, hit play, multiplayer, and we're going to basically take a look at that. Well, this is good, though. This means all future ops that I do, not just MCOs, now I know how to set custom boxes as carryable and draggable for things, so. So little extra wins that help out. All right, so now let's go ahead and take a look at everything here. Oh, I forgot to disable. That's fine. Is there a way to disable that? Because that's actually kind of annoying. Pressure plate. Yeah, so that would be how you detonate it, because there's no way to actually... Well, yes, there is. There's a detonator. But hypothetically, once I set you, can I then set another one? I'm just trying to make sure it doesn't consume it. Yeah, it doesn't. Okay. So, good. Good, 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 good. So this means what? This means I can delete you. This means I need to go into here. I need to arsenal you guys, add a detonator. Which is that one specifically. I want to give him a bigger backpack, but here's what I can do. I can get rid of that, the diffusal kit, and the black powder fuse, and I can instead put it in here at the cost of magazines. That's the best solution I can get. So I need to take just however many mags I need to take away, I can take away. So detonator won't fit in his uniform because of that fucking reference glitch. So it's technically a feature, but it's still a pain in the butt. But we can put the diffusal kit in. He still gets 8 magazines, then we put the detonator in here. Okay. Now here's the thing, can he still fit a single AT mine in here? Good. Can he still fit mines in here? Good. Can he still fit charges in here? Good. As long as he can still fit stuff in his backpack that he can utilize for other stuff, then it's okay. Now here's the fun part. How many per box is a good idea, and I'm also going to do black powder fuses in here in case infantry want to take explosives, but they're not going to get detonators. Another question I'm going to want to do, but I'll have to look at it in a second. We'll see how that looks. Let me add the black powder fuses. That would be items. For 14 charges, we're going to do 4. Cool. Disable all that. Hit OK. One second. All right. Object is carryable, which is a good sign to state. Okay, so I can put a lot more in here. I can literally double everything and it should still be carryable, which is great. Now, one quick thing I want to test here. Can these be converted to throwable charges? I don't think so. Yeah, so having that feature on is going to be useless. Okay, well, that's unfortunate. But alright, so that box is still good, so I can double everything in there. And it'll be fine. So we can take this off. Explosive 1. We're going to do 4 explosive boxes. See, I hate this interface because I can't go into here and also add it from there. I have to physically find it again. There's another interface I like to use, but it's a different mod that I have to boot up and all that. And blah. Welcome to Wee-Woo slowly teaching himself how to do this game and bitching about every feature. I know not everyone likes that, but that's just how the world works. All right, 20. We're going to do 20 and 5. Just because I don't see there being a big need for explosives. simply because this is the winter version of the scenario. If we were like blowing bridges and stuff, then it would be useful, but this is all going to be frozen over, so there's no reason to really detonate any choke points, which is going to allow me more room to put more mines in. You know what I mean? I'm just trying to think of the scenario itself. So let's try 15 of those, and then 100 of these. That might be a little too much because the carry and drag limitations are based off of the box itself and how much the box is coded to be able to store. But these boxes you can store a shit ton of stuff in because IFA devs are forgiving. Right. 1 second. Reason all that just came up is because I forgot to change the name of that to my code pieces. So those were coming up to say, hey, there's no variable called test anymore. So now I go in, I change the code there, I then hit play. By the way, when you're writing code like this, make sure you're putting it either on init or init server. Init is out of date, so I would recommend init server and init player local for dividing things between what you want to run on players and what you want to run on the server. So make sure you're putting stuff that only needs to execute once on init server and stuff that you need to execute on individual clients on init player local. Otherwise, things are going to get funny. Okay, that might be too much. Yeah, item too heavy, item too heavy. So what should I cut in here? Let's get these down to 80. And let's get that down to 12. And that down to 4. And balance it out from there. So let's do... By the way, to get into this interface, it's Control-Shift-I. Cool. I'll set multiplayer settings proper in a second, since I think I'm good for starting the final checklist after I finish building these features. And then I have to design the scenario and yada-da. Don't know why. By default, I go to Zeus. How's that looking? That might not be carryable, but it's definitely going to be draggable. I can reduce that to 12, and then that to 60. Well, think about it. If you want 4 mine boxes, that would be 612, 240 mines. And, yeah, no, you'll be fine. 12 and 60 should be more than enough. Carryable just makes things easier. So let's try that. Then we're going to have to do the same process for the munitions boxes I want to give to the infantry. Though, again, that one's going to be more forgiving because ammo sizes in this mod are super freaking tiny. And then we're going to want to do multiple boxes because that makes things easier. So looking at that, oh yeah, that's going to be carryable. What do you mean item too heavy? Bruh. Okay, we'll reduce it to 10 AT mines, and then I'll start reducing the charges. Bullshit. Yeah, I was just bitching about the other interface because it doesn't let you do plus and con, but yeah, I should have just gone in here and done that. All right, and if that's still too heavy, I will consider taking away 10 more mines of the AP variety, anti-personnel, and if that still doesn't work, we'll cut charges. That should work, though. I hate you. I guess it's being a bitch at the 50% line. So we're going to do 2 and 8. And if that still doesn't work, we'll reduce it to 50.
Send in Goat Team 6 now.
Silver Pocket Watch, thanks so much for the Twitch Prime sub. I hope you keep enjoying the operations, and I do hope you get a nice kick out of this scenario. I'm going to keep that at 10 for now. If it's still not at 50, then I can just add a 5th box. I mean, it's just a
let's
few
give him a
additional
warm
lines of
welcome,
code
shall
at that point. We don't need the boxes to have an exuberant amount of stuff. We can just add more boxes, and then I just have to go in and change the truck load coefficients. Ooh, that's a good point. I'm going to have to look into that too, aren't I? Yeah, so now it's carryable. But here's the thing. You're not by default loadable in this Vic, are you? Wait, yes you are. Perfect! Okay, that's, I think, a different line of code, which is built into the interface that I can interact with anyway. So that's going to be based off of these features, yes. So cargo size 2, that's totally fine. Yeah. Yeah. Okay. So we have that set. I'm going to want 4 of these. So now we're going to go in, change the variable name to 2, 3, and 4. Then I need to tab out and set this all to this. And now let me give you an example of what this looks like just by copying and pasting it in chat. That's an example of what that looks like in my init server document. So now all 4 of those are going to be draggable. Now what we need to work on is infantry ammo. So this one's going to be easy. I'm going to skip infantry ammo for a second. I want to make vehicle ammo. Oh, that's cute. This is a box actually had all the mines in there itself. Also, it has some M3s. Interesting, because those are American grade. But this one is simply going to be a rearm box for turrets and shit. So, Vic, we're gonna have 4 of these. And then I'm going to go back into here, copy and paste you, tab out. And then set this to carryable and dragging. By adding this line of code as well. And then 2, 3, 4. And then we're going to save that. So that's going to cover the rearm for vehicle stacks and whatnot. Oh, right. I wanted to test to see if I could tow that. Which I'm pretty sure I can, but let me check that real quick. So I don't go scatterbrained on it later. But we're almost done with testing and working on all the features we want to work on. Because the only things that we're going to have left to do in this file is going to be writing the documents and then making all the enemy garrisons and bases and all that junk. So we're going to grab you. I'm going to grab a copy of you. And can I get towing to work on this? So, for example, deploy tow ropes. So I'm not getting an option to physically tow that.
What if... What if... This is gonna be... This is why I'm an abomination of humanity, but let's see. Get in. So you can drag it into position, but you can't specifically tow it. You get an option from within here? Yeah, you can push it. But how do we fold it? Because the thing I was thinking of making it towable, wouldn't it be possible to make these other features work? I could write a script, but that would take a significant amount of time. But yeah, no, because it doesn't consider these a vehicle class to then... Let me look up something real quick. I'm wondering if they have any call functions that would allow... Here we go. So this doesn't have an option in itself to deploy tow ropes. So that's not classed as something. So how do I class something? You can enable trains of vehicles by defining the SA Tau max cargo, right? They have a get hub source. Yes, continue to external site. Oh, why is this being annoying? I don't think there's an easy way to do this. Let's try the dumb way I was thinking. It's not gonna work because of how attach commands work. Well, what I'm looking up isn't a towing function from Ace. It's the mod itself is called Advanced Towing. I might, you know, end up being wrong and this might actually work, but I doubt it. Because that would need to be attached to that to properly work. Now, enable the simulation.
So it can reference it, pick it up.
Oh.
Oh, that's cute. Because you have that, but I actually can't see the reference point of the other thing. So let me just show model there for a second. Where would your reference point be? You have the wheel. Is it because you're actually integrated in the damn thing, so I can't properly... Okay, so that means it's only visible if I... Oh, that's annoying. Yeah, so that wouldn't work anyway. But there's no individual way to... Yeah, so what's the iron front built-in tow function? That's what I'm also trying to figure out then, you know? What is it? Because I don't see anything built into here. So it's not something I can toggle itself. So what tows the ZIL? I'll try it again, but I wasn't seeing it. That was my one issue. Then again, you could be completely right, and I just completely missed it because I can be blind sometimes. I hate you. Yep, I am blind sometimes. There we go. That's hitched. And now it's drivable. Okay. Whoa, 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 whoa. No, 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 no. Not that glitch. No. Fuck. First off, the zoom in glitch of the texture, that's manageable, but... Motherfucker. If you zoom in, it goes away, but look how it's the default hands in the ground stretched out glitch. Oh, that's gonna look weird. Let me get the sniper out real quick. Oh, that's gonna look fucking weird. Yeah, if you're far enough away, that's what the fucking... Ah, fuck a duck. So my question is, if he's far enough away, will the hands persist? Thankfully not, but... Yeah. Wait, no, for a second his hands were down. Ah, it's gonna be annoying. Well, things work, things don't work. I can never win. So question, I need to test it for the AA gun too. Let me go ahead and set up multiplayer settings. Check that off. Define this as a Zeus game. Check off dynamic groups. Check off select respawn position. Put a proper timer on there. Now, is that going to work for the AA guns as well? One second. Okay. I mean, if the AA one doesn't work, I mean, that's not a big issue, but I have a feeling it's also going to have the same feature. Yeah. That's A-okay. All right, those are all workable. Now I just have to make the document. And we have to make the last ammo box, but I'm going to take a quick break. I'll be back in like an hour after I release the document. Bloodwing's threatening to beat me up right now anyway, so thank you so much for watching. Go operate operation. No, let me do my outro first. Oh, God, why are you freaking... Ow! Ow! Abuse! Abuse!